It was supposed to be a simple weekend getaway, a reunion. Old college friends gathered after years apart. 5 of them: Athen, Lara, Sam, Priya, and Ben drove up into the misty hills where Ashthorn Manor stood like a forgotten relic from another world. Its blackened stone walls, ivy-clad windows, and towering spires stood against a sky that seemed almost too heavy, sagging with dark clouds that swirled like a living thing. "Geisa, you sure this is the place?" Lara whispered, her voice uneasy as the fog hugged the tires of their SUV. "It's on the map," Ben grinned. "Creepy, yes. Perfect. Absolutely." As the old iron gates creaked open, a cold gust of wind wrapped around them like skeletal fingers. The manor's front door loomed, already slightly ajar, as if it had been waiting for them. Inside, the air was thick with dust, and something else, something bitter. The faint smell of decay lingered beneath the perfume of damp wood. The chandelier above them swayed slightly, though no breeze could be felt. "Place hasn't been touched in years," Sam said, running a finger over a dusty banister. "Feels like time's been standing still here." They settled in, turning on portable lights since the manor had no electricity. As night fell, the house seemed to exhale wood groaning, windows rattling, floorboards sighing under invisible weight. But it was the whispers that started first at exactly midnight. A soft voice curled through the hallway like smoke, faint, distant. "Come home." Everyone froze. "Did you hear that?" Priya asked, her voice shaking. Ben chuckled nervously, "Probably the wind." But they all knew it was not the first night. The shadow in the mirror later that night. Lara was brushing her teeth in the dimly lit bathroom. The cracked mirror reflected her pale face, but something was wrong. Behind her, a tall shadow loomed, thin and spindly, its head cocked at an impossible angle. She spun around Dot. Nothing. But when she turned back, the mirror no longer showed her own reflection, showed the creature. Its mouth stretched wide in a silent scream. Lara stumbled out of the bathroom, her breath short, face pale. "There's something here," she screamed. The others gathered, trying to calm her down. They blamed nerves, by the old house, maybe the wine. But even as they comforted her, the air felt heavier, as if someone was watching them all. The second day, the locked room. The next morning, Sam, ever the curious one, discovered a locked door. On the 3rd floor. "No way this is not hiding something," he smirked, picking at the old lock with a bobby pin. The door creaked open, revealing a child's nursery. Dust-covered toys were scattered across the floor. By, a mobile dangled above a tiny crib. Swaying as if touched, Dot in the corner stood a broken rocking chair. And in that chair sat a doll porcelain with wide glass eyes that seemed far too lifelike. Its mouth was curved into a smile that felt wrong. Dot asked. Sam stepped inside. A cold breeze rushed past him. The door slammed shut from the hallway. The others pounded the door, but it wouldn't budge. Inside, Sam heard it again whisper, "Stay with me." The doll's head slowly turned toward him. Its eyes blinked. Sam screamed. The door finally flew open, and the others pulled him out. His skin was icy to the touch, his eyes wide in terror. There was something in there, he gasped. The Dalit moved. The nightmares begin that night. Each of them dreamed the same dreamer, young woman in a blood-soaked gown, standing at the foot of their beds, her mouth sewn shut, her eyes wide with agony. She pointed toward the nursery. They woke up gasping, drenched in sweat. Lara sobbed. "We need to leave," but the front door wouldn't open. The windows wouldn't open. The windows wouldn't know signal. They were trapped. The history of Ashthorn in desperation. Priya dug through old books in the library. She found a dusty ledger handwritten journals belonging to the house's last resident, Margaret Ashthorn. The journal detailed her descent into madness. "My baby, my sweet Emily, was taken by the shadows. They whisper at night. They live in the mirrors. They want me to join them. The house feeds on sorrow. I sewed my mouth shut so I wouldn't call to them. But I still hear them. They still want me." The final entry read, "If you hear the whisper, it's already too late," Priya read aloud, her hands trembling. The room grew colder with each word. Suddenly, the chandelier above them crashed to the floor. A loud screech echoed through the hallways. "You shouldn't be here." The possession as night fell. Ben grew distant, quiet. His eyes became sunken, his skin pale. He began murmuring to himself, staring at the mirrors for hours. "I can hear her. She wants us all," he whispered. One evening, he vanished. They searched the entire house, but only found him in the nursery, sitting in the rocking chair, cradling the porcelain doll like a baby. "She's safe now," he said softly. Blood dripped from his mouth. They saw thick black threads sewn crudely through his lips. Priya screamed. Ethan grabbed Ben, shaking him, but his body went limply flis. The doll fell to the ground, shattering from its cracked shell. A black mist spilled into the air, twisting toe into a Fasith woman from their nightmares. Her sewn mouth trembled. "You woke Mitha, escape, attempt panic, spread like wildfire." Sam smashed at the boarded windows with an iron rod, but invisible forces pushed him back. Every exit refused them. The house had become a living, breathing, feeding entity. "There's only one way out," Priya whispered, reading from the journal. Margaret wrote that the house's power was tied to the nursery. They made their way back into the nursery for the final confrontation. The walls bled, the ceiling groaned, the shadows danced. The ghostly figure of Margaret appeared, her face contorted in sorrow. Cetus Freethen shouted over the cacophony of whispers. Isodemus, the floorboards beneath the crib cracked open, revealing a hidden pit filled with bones, hundreds of tiny child-sized skeletons. Lara, VOMITED. "My God, this was never just Margaret." Priya sobbed. The house fed on them. Sam grabbed a can of kerosene they had found earlier. "If this house feeds on death, let's starve it." They poured the kerosene everywhere. Walls, curtains, furniture. As the first match lit, the spirits screamed. The flames roared to life. The house shrieked, the fire chasing them as they ran. In the main hallway. The front door finally flung open. One by one, they leaped into the night air, coughing, crying. The manor was engulfed, its tower collapsing, screaming as though the house itself was dying. As they stood on the hillside, watching the inferno, the whispers finally stopped. But just as the flames consumed the last of the roof, Ethan looked into the fire and saw Eater's single porcelain eye, glowing amid the burning embers. And somewhere deep inside the crackling fire, the whisper returned. "Come back,